Factsverse presents Homeless Man Begs for Scraps, only to have a Chick-Fil-A manager say no and take action. There are millions of homeless people in the world. Some people are on the streets temporarily. However, many homeless people have been on the streets for years. Some people choose not to help the homeless when asked. Some people convince themselves they just don't have time for that. Others assume that the homeless will use any money they give them for alcohol or drugs. And that might be the case for a select few, but most homeless people, they're just trying to get by. They're not happy about being homeless, they're just trying to get off the streets, to get a meal in their bellies. Well, a man named Joey Mustaine took his daughter Stella to a local Chick-fil-A. He visited this location often because the manager keeps the place clean, the food's good, and his daughter loves their playground. On one particular visit to this restaurant, he saw something that just blew his mind. On this day, a homeless man was begging for scraps, but the Chick-fil-A manager said no. Joey was shocked by what he saw, and he had to tell the world. During most of Joey and Stella's visit to this Chick-fil-A, they would eat their food at the restaurant, he and his daughter would leave, and then maybe she'd take home a toy that came with her meal. But on this day, she decided she wanted some ice cream instead of the toy. When she wanted dessert, she would usually take it with her and eat it in her father's truck. But this day she wanted ice cream and she wanted to eat it at a table in the restaurant. So they took a seat near the soda machine, which gave them front-row seats to what happened with this manager and the homeless man. Joey and Stella were sitting at the table when a homeless man walked in. His hair was matted, his beard was growing out in every direction, he had mud caked on his shoes. Joey looked at the man for just a moment and knew he was homeless. Many of the people standing near the man backed up, but he didn't let that bother him. He still spoke kindly to those around him while waiting to speak to the manager. Joey says the man had to know that people were afraid of him and even looking down on him, but the man was still kind and positive. When the manager came out, the man asked if he had any leftover food that he would be throwing out. The man told the manager that he was hungry, that he didn't have any money to buy a meal. He just wanted something to eat, even if it was scraps. The manager looked at him and told him that he would not give him any leftover food or scraps. Nope. Instead, he offered to buy the man a meal. He said the only thing that he wanted in return was for the man to pray with him. Well, Joey was sitting there watching in shock. He couldn't believe what a great thing this manager was doing. He made sure to focus his daughter's attention on what was happening, too. The homeless man agreed, and the manager laid his hands on the man and they began to pray. Joey's daughter asked what had happened, and he told her that this homeless man and the manager were praying together and that he and they should pray together as well. Joey listened and prayed while the manager said his prayer. He couldn't believe what was unfolding in front of him. Joey was thrilled that he and Stella were there to witness this. Joey used it as a teachable moment for his daughter. After they all prayed together, Joey told Stella what the manager did for the man and that it was great because the man just needed some help. He explained to his daughter that there are times when people sometimes have a run of bad luck, and sadly, some of these people don't have a family to help them, so they turn to strangers and hope that somebody will be kind to them. Joey was so amazed by what this manager did because he knows what big business is like. Chain restaurants are more about making money than they are about caring for people. Many fast food restaurants even put a time limit on how long customers can sit in the dining area. They say they do this to make sure that there are enough seats for everybody who wants to eat. However, many people believe they do this just to keep the homeless people out. When Joey and Stella finished saying their prayer, Joey took out his phone and took a picture of the manager and the man praying together. He uploaded the picture to Facebook and added a caption that told the story of what he saw. Joey wanted the world to see how kind the manager was to the man. It wasn't long before this post went viral. People all over the country were sharing the video that showed how kind the manager was to this man he had never met. What Joey and Stella did that day should be a lesson for everybody. It doesn't take too much to make a person's day. For the manager that day, it cost him $5 to make a man's day. If everybody was willing to do just one kind thing for a stranger every day, imagine what kind of a wonderful world we would live in. Show your support for kindness to strangers by clicking that like button. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos.